or kick some rock all night.
I thought I'd do a little update video for you folks. That yeah, some of the Christmas episode videos didn't go to plan because controller issues for some reason, but some of them were fun. Been working hard on some other projects right now, so bear with me on some videos because there's a lot going into this. Resident Evil, the Resdan story mixed with Resident Evil 2 and 3. The whole title is just going to be called Resident Evil 2 Resdan Story, a gameplay movie. Basically, a lot of gameplay footages, some cutscenes from the game, mixed with Resident Evil 2 and 3. And with my voiceover, and a few other people will be doing some voices over some other characters as well. Planning to be released by next year, because, well, I'm not down into my grandparents until Boxing Day, where GT Chris would be doing two of the voices. He's going to be playing Mikhail and Nikolai, and yeah, we'll see how well that goes. And the planning of the ending of the game is just not the end of the game. End of the movie is still in discussion. But yeah, other than that, so far the first half of the RPD is recorded. There's going to be another part of the RPD recorded a little later on, where I have to go back to the RPD after doing a few things in the city. And yeah, without spoiling it too much, there's quite a lot of footages from the RPD that's going to be more used a lot into my Resdan movie story thing. Yeah, and a lot of the streets are going to be used, but the ending is still going to be it's going to be secret. But at the moment, still, I haven't figured out what and how I'm going to end the game. But I do know Barry's going to appear into it at some point, and you guys are going to love Barry because he's going to be in it. Not the original voice, obviously. The voice will be done by myself. And yeah, it's going to be really cool because we're going to be spawning him in over a different character, so it makes it look a bit more, that he's there. It's lucky that I learned how to, add enemies into rooms, and you can have them standing there, and you make it look good when you're having a conversation with them. But yeah, there's quite a lot going into depth into that, so that's why a lot of videos are taking a bit of time to make and do. It's mainly getting the gameplay footages right, linking my voiceovers with that said clips, and a lot of it is basically I've got to try and curve on the language, which I pretty much failed quite a lot of times. But yeah, this hopefully is going to be the first ever game movie thing from Resident Evil that I've done with no actual bad words, bad swearing, because of a lot of snowflakes around here. I've got to be very careful what I say on YouTube because of the way 2022 is this day and age. People get offended by simple jokes that back in the day were just for a laugh back in the day. And nowadays you can't just go, oh well, it was just for a laugh, because apparently nothing's funny this day and age. Don't know why, but You know, you can't do Carry On nowadays. You can't do all the comedy from that. You can't do the comedy from Bottom, the young ones. You can't do comedy like on the buses. It's all gone. We're going to have to work with the times, and it's not easy. But I do have another big plan coming up soon for a review series or a watch along. Kind of. Hopefully, as far as I'm aware, I'm allowed, but it's up to YouTube if they want to try and be stupid with it. I'm going to be sitting through watching the entire series of Dirty Sanchez, the complete filth. Obviously, like in this setting, I'm not going to show the entire footage. I'm just going to have it as like a little box window. Me watching it, reacting to it. I haven't watched it for I've been recently watching it, but it's been a long time since I sat down and fully watched it. And you know, I'm going to share with you guys what Dirty Sanchez was, and to me still is, the best stunts TV show ever. I might not get away with putting the movie up there, but we'll try and see what problems we'll get around that. we'll get the series out of the way. Try and do the series first. For those who don't know, it's Matthew Pritchard, Dan Joyce, Mike Locke Pancho, and Lee Dayton. 3 Welsh boys from the valleys of South Wales. You got Dayton from Newport. You got Matthew Pritchard from Cardiff, and Pancho Mike Locke from Port Talbot, Swansea. And then you got one world southerner, which is Dan Joyce from Cornwall. Yeah, basically they were friends through skateboarding. Like most of us when we were growing up, we were good friends with. You know, I was in a group skateboarding at the time as well. We done our own stunts. We were called the North Wales Insane Guys. They were called Dirty Sanchez, and they got onto MTV when we didn't. And all our footages were lost for the sands of time. But at least they got onto MTV and they have a decent box set out. And I'm hoping a second movie, seeing Jackass is allowed to make millions of movies. And no, these are not on Netflix. That's why I've still got the box set, because Netflix, cancelled them. Too many complaints about snowflakes. If you want to watch Dirty Sanchez, get it on DVD. I highly recommend it. It's awesome. It's funny. Especially season 2 where they go and do jobs. That's where it really gets good. And then season 3 where they do live shows, they go on to a tour and everything. But this box set is amazing. It's full of everything. And then there was a season 4 which is just extra footages from the movie, the 7 Deadly Sins movie that they made, the Dirty Sanchez movie. But yeah, other than that, I like these guys, and it's a shame they didn't make more like Jackass did somehow. Yeah, Jackass a bit hit and miss with. It doesn't feel the same anymore. But between Dirty Sanchez, Tokyo Shock Boyos, or Tokyo Shock Boys, they call them in Japan, and they're pretty cool and awesome. They're the OGs of it. Which Dirty Sanchez Shock Boyos in the movie, which is good. And the Dutons, them 3 are pretty something my childhood that I grew up watching stunts, and that's how I became a stupid idiot as a stuntman at a very young age. For those who are asking, no, I can't do stunts anymore. I'm too old for this shit. I know they're probably something odd and they can still do stunts, but when you've not done it for a long time, it's not a thing. And the stuff we used to get away with back in the day when we were kids, yeah, you won't get away with nowadays. Um, so don't expect any of that coming to the channel. And YouTube will probably deem it unsuitable for YouTube, and they'll get banned straight away. But yeah, that's the project I'm going to work on soon. Is where I'm going to sit down, watch it. So you got this camera filming me, watching through it. I'll give all my, thoughts on it, reactions, and some, you know, history stuff when I first watched these nutters, and how I felt, and, what made, some point out some bits that, this made me do this and all that, and this is why not many things bother me this day and age, Hence, I will mention there is a scene in season 1 where Dan Joyce has to eat pizza. And you can see why not much phases me this day and age. I can sit there eating, I don't know, a bag of chips whilst playing Resident Evil, and boom, the head's gone, blood and gore. Not bothered. I can sit there and eat, let's say for example, my roast dinner. And people are like, "Oh, how can you watch this disgusting thing? We're trying to eat." And I'll just sit there and eat whilst the guys, say for example, you're watching Nightmare on Elm Street and you're watching all the blood squirting everywhere, or watching Dirty Sanchez with a scene where Joycey pukes on himself and drinks it up. I can do that. When people say, oh, I can't watch that, it's like someone getting stabbed or shot, or, something simple as like, oh, I can't watch that when I'm eating, or when people talk about gross things when they're eating. And they wonder why I can just sit there and eat when someone's talking gross. It doesn't faze me. Just watch this for most of your teen years, and if you sit down and binge watch it and eat while you're watching it, you become desensitized and numb to it all. Not too much notice. But yeah, so that's one I want to wait. Some of them I can't do because of copyright reasons. With like I want to do like Shaun of the Dead and all that, but that one I can get away with technically, unless MTV want to claim copyright on it. But I very much doubt it, because I think the copyright's gone. As far as I'm aware, Matthew Pritchard doesn't mind that I share the content. It's not like I'm showing the entire series, it's just an episode per episode with me over the top. If you want to watch the proper full episodes, get them on DVD without this ugly mug talking over it, you know what I mean? It's not like you're going to get the movie for free, because I'm going to be chopping that up into parts, because it's quite a long movie. And, again, don't have to watch it with this ugly mug. Go and buy the DVD. They're going quite cheap in places, like 50p. You can actually get the Blu-ray of Dirty Sanchez movie, apparently, I'm told, for 50p. When people pay £1 for a DVD, it's like, go and get the Blu-ray. I'm not sure if there was one released, but there is talk, and I can't confirm it. There's going to be a Blu-ray release of the complete filth. But there's no proof on that, and if they are or not. But you have to ask Matthew Pritchard on TikTok when he's not busy. But yeah, there is a project that they're supposed to be working on that they can't talk about. I reckon it's something to do with re-enhancing everything to Blu-ray for the TV series, and probably a second movie. I wish, but I've hurt my knee. Anyway, other than that, other projects that are coming up are me trying to complete the Shadow of Rose on the Resident Evil Village DLC, and I am planning to do a sort of playthrough in third person mode on Resident Evil Village, but I will be using the unlimited ammo that I've got, because I've already beat it so many times. To answer the question, will I be playing on Village of Shadows? The answer to that question is no. I ain't got time to rage quit all the time, and I haven't got the time to mess about dying every 5 minutes, even though I've got a lot of infinite ammo. The whole Lady Dimitrescu bit, where she's chasing you in the belows where you got no weaponry. Yeah, no chance. Once you get hit, you're pretty much fucked. I might try it as a one-off, and if I do have time, probably if I got a good hour or two, I might do it as a live stream for you folks. Just watch me suffer. There's a might. I don't really know right now. As far as everything up to Christmas, yes, it's all done. Just got so many appointments to stick to, so many other stuff to stick to as well. So it's been hit and miss whether I have time to do anything. But there are a few ideas of doing some video games that were released in December month, so I'm going to be looking at that, probably do a couple of them, and I am going to sit down and record my top memorable Christmas movies. I'll say top 5, but there isn't very many. And give you a question to see if you can, I don't know, have something called a debate where do you fans class Die Hard a good Christmas movie? A lot of people are controversial on that and say no. Some say yeah, because it's got snow in it and it's based around Christmas. So, I mean, they say that the Nightmare Before Christmas is technically a Halloween movie, but also is a Christmas movie. So yeah, you can get away with that. Well, also on top of that, I think everybody on YouTube knows now. I'm sure I've announced it already. I haven't really announced a lot on here because of arseholes. Well, Poison Dwarf. But yeah, our baby boy's doing well, just outside of YouTube, so you guys are aware of that's going on. Hence why a lot of time is put onto, scans, blood tests and all that. So that's why another reason why a lot of videos are a bit behind, as well as I've got issues myself where I got to keep up with blood tests for my liver. There might be something wrong with that, but we're not sure, and I've got to keep to job commitments bullshit until I'm able to do this as a full-time job. But it's not going to be a full-time job because kid to think about. So that's all that stuff out of the way. A lot of people have been wanting to know what my top 5 Resident Evil remake games are. Now, that's not going to be easy because there's only Resident Evil 1 remake, 2 remake, 3 remake. So I don't think there will be a top 5 just yet. But if there's top 5 Resident Evil games, and I have to have a remake in there, yeah, I mean, no figure. Resident Evil 1 remake's still the best remake out there. Until Resident Evil 4 remake comes out, I can't really give an answer on that. 3 remake still needs a lot of work. I am trying to find out if I can play Resident Evil 3 remake on my PC so I can mess around with some mods, but it's unlikely. Talking of mods, I am still in works of a Resident Evil 2 mod called Lost in Nightmare. Hit and miss if it's going to be released to the public, but god damn it, there will be a video shown. I am working on some other mods, like some comedy mods for Resident Evil 5 and 6 if I ever get 6, and then also I'll be making some hard mods. One being Resident Evil 5 What the F mod. Good timing. You probably won't hear that, but hey. And then Resident Evil 6 was just comedy, as in, you know, Razdan GC Chris in Resident Evil 6. What do they really think of it? Oh wow, there's a dinosaur. Yeah, you know, we're not really on drugs. You know, Capcom definitely taking some, and they've been watching too much Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, whichever. Yeah. Other than that, what are your thoughts on any videos coming up soon? As far as I'm aware, the next proper video for Christmas will be Christmas Day when I've opened the presents in the morning, and that's it. Then we're doing a quick video on Boxing Day whilst we're down at grandparents. Some little vloggy videos together, and after that, we'll see what happens in 2023 for the Game Bro Studios. Whether we continue on the way we're going, a video once a month if that's possible, live stream once a month. To be honest, I don't know. It's all up in the air for 2023 at the moment. Stick around, stuff may be happening, and stuff will come when I have time soon. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me for this video on updating you guys up to 2023 and what's coming soon. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't, I don't care, because I'm still going to make content no matter what. An answer to the question, I'm not really against anything. I'm just so please don't hold this against me that I don't commit myself to anything, because then it could ruin the channel. I don't hate anybody for it, you know, whether you're whatever this thing is nowadays, gay, bi, pansexual, whatever it is, LGBTQ, whatever stuff, blah blah blah. You do you. You know, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. That's how I am. I'm not going to brand myself and put, you know, rainbows on here. You know, like the NHS thing. I'm not putting the NHS rainbow. And no offence, the NHS is not as good as people say they are, so I'm not going to support something like that. My channel, you know, I don't really do much with any of that sort of stuff. I just play video games. I just do videos. I'm an entertainer. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, what race, anything. If you're an alien, I don't really mind. If you like my content, that's all that matters. I'm not going to, you know, drop myself and say, "Ooh, I support all this stuff." You know, I always live by, if you're happy, you're happy. We're all human. That's how we go by things, and I'm just here to entertain. And make people's lives a little bit more better than what it is, because everybody's going through a hard time right now. But I don't want to be just set to one thing. So, you know, if I piss people off by not doing it, then I apologise. And if I piss people off for doing it, then I apologise. So it saves the hassle. It's like when people say, what football team do you support? I don't. You know, whoever's winning at the time. It just saves arguments. I'm not one for big arguments. I'm not one for sticking to something like that. You know, I'm who I am. You're who you are. We're all human. Let's all get on. We'll have a fucking good laugh, and just enjoy all the contents. I know, I feel bad. Everybody's gonna hate me. Just don't hate me. You know, no hate. Just be honest with yourself, and you know, whatever. We're all human. We're all adults. We're all happy. Well, you know, I'm just an idiot talking to a camera. You guys watch this stuff. I don't. You know, we're all human. We're all having a good time. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. I'm so fucking tired. We'll catch you in the Game Bro Studio fans in the next one. Dismiss. Christmas to you!